Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a long time since I've posted, but yesterday, the semifinals of the college football playoff happened. But before I get into that, how about the orangest Orange Bowl ever? How about my Tennessee Volunteers, 6-point underdog against the Clemson Tigers? They ended up winning 31-14. Now, if there are any mathematicians out there, what is 31 minus 14? I know it ain't no 6 points, that's for sure. 31-14 was that final score. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to say that my Tennessee Volunteers are the Tiger King. We beat the LSU Tigers. We beat the Missouri Tigers. We beat the Pittsburgh Panthers. We beat the Kentucky Wildcats. We beat the Clemson Tigers. It is my pleasure to say that we also beat 3 of the last 5 national championship winners, I believe. 3. I think I read that right. We beat the Alabama Crimson Tide. We beat the Clemson Tigers. Who else did we beat? Oh, yeah, that's right. We beat the LSU Tigers. LSU won the championship 2019. Alabama, I'll know. Alabama won it last year. Not last year, 2 years ago. I'm sorry. Clemson won it before LSU did. Clemson and Alabama have been the national championship winners that everybody has grown to learn about up until 2019 and 2021. But, anywho, the Tennessee Volunteers are 11-2 for the first time since 2001. I don't want to jinx nothing, but I do feel like we are back. The Tennessee Volunteers are back, baby. And as everybody would know, if Tennessee's playing good, college football is good. And there's a prime example of that. 2 prime examples of that, actually. What happened yesterday? What happened? First college football playoff game was between the 3rd-ranked TCU Horned Frogs. 13-1, 12-1, sorry. Against the 2nd-ranked Michigan Wolverines. 13-0. What happened? TCU got on a good run, and it was looking like it was going to be like the college football semifinals of old, where one team shows up, the other one forgets to get off the bus, and it's going to be a blowout. Well, that's not exactly how it ended, did it? I honestly did not picture TCU standing a chance against Michigan. But TCU all season has been proving to everybody otherwise. Up until the Big 12 championship, when they got their first loss of the season, TCU would come out of nowhere. People would bet against them. Oh, TCU can't hang with this team. They're going to get beat around. They're going to get drugged up and down the field for 4 quarters. Well, TCU says, let them talk. Let them talk. The same thing happened about yesterday's game. Oh, TCU don't stand a chance. I'm guilty of saying that. TCU don't stand a chance. Michigan has the best rushing offense in the nation. They're going to just melee on the TCU Horned Frog defense. They're just going to destroy their offense. Michigan's going to run up and down the field on them all day, all game long. TCU said otherwise. Hey, let the negative talkers talk. We're going to go out here. We're going to do our TCU thing. And we're going to beat Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, it is amazing to say that the TCU Horned Frogs proved all of the naysayers wrong. The TCU fans have been saying it all season. Oh, we're going to do more than we've ever done. And by golly, have they. TCU beat Michigan yesterday 51-45. That is the most combined points ever scored in the Fiesta Bowl. What is that? 51-45. That is 96 points. That's dang near 100. Right? Yeah. 51-45. 106. I'm sorry, 96 total points scored. 96. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but since 2014, there have not been many close college football playoff semifinal games. They've all been blowouts. Last year was no different. This year, however, 2 close semifinal games, 2 come down to a single possession. Michigan shouldn't have put themselves in the position that they were in, but they got screwed all at the same time. That last play they had on offense, that was targeting in my book. But the refs said otherwise, and game ended. In my opinion, targeting is when somebody lowers their head. He did that. Hit him with the crown of his helmet. He did that. And he hit him hard in the head and neck area. He did that. That's targeting. But the refs seen otherwise. So the TCU Horned Frogs move on to the national championship game. And then, y'all, you would have thought that I was a Georgia Bulldog fan last night. I was watching this game through my fingers, hiding behind my couch, hoping that the Ohio State Buckeyes do not move on to the national championship. I thought Georgia was going to let me and the entire SEC nation down. 41-35 was the score. Until Georgia got the ball with 54 seconds. Or they scored with 54 seconds left. I was thinking, okay, Georgia's got this. It's 42-41. All Ohio State needs is a field goal. Folks, Georgia almost gave up that game. They almost gave it up. C.J. Stroud did his C.J. Stroud things. C.J. Stroud got him in the field goal range. All hell broke loose. I thought Ohio State was going to get an easy touchdown, honestly. I thought, why would they go in the field goal range, just kick a field goal and win this by 2? They're going to go for it all. They're going to get a touchdown. Well, Georgia stiffened up. Their defense bent, but they didn't break. C.J. Stroud almost got sacked at the 50. They were at the 30. But he didn't. He threw a pass, just threw it away. 4th down comes around. It's 4th and 11. Field goal unit comes on, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is it. This is where I see the Ohio State Buckeyes knock the SEC completely out of the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, if that kicker did not shank the crap out of that kick and missed it wide left by what looked like 5 yards, the reigning champions scraped through to the national championship game. Now, I don't know if you know this, but semifinals of past have been blowouts in both games. Yesterday were the best 2 semifinal games that I've seen since they began. And I believe that this national championship game between the 3rd ranked TCU Horned Frogs and the number 1 ranked Georgia Bulldogs, if both teams play like they did yesterday, it's going to be a close one. Georgia might be nervous. If I was a Georgia fan, if I was a Georgia player, if I was a Georgia coach, if I was a part of the University of Georgia, I'd be shaking in my blue jeans, boys. Because those TCU Horned Frogs are no joke. I said they weren't going to stand a chance to get Michigan. I don't think I'm going to say that. I think this game is going to go either way. It might come down to the last play of the game, just like both of the semifinals did. I think TCU is going to bring their A++ game. Georgia better bring their A++ game. That's all I'm going to say. If Georgia plays like they did yesterday, I think TCU is going to be the national championship winner. I think TCU will win the national championship if Georgia shows up like they did yesterday. If TCU shows up like they did yesterday, whoo, Georgia's got a handful coming up on January 9th. Boy, I tell you what, Georgia's got a handful coming on January 9th if both teams play like they did yesterday. Georgia better just keep focused and do their thing. Now, we all know that I'm a huge Tennessee fan. I will pull for all of the SEC teams in bowl games, except for two. That's Alabama, and that's Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, the SEC only has 3 bowl game wins. 3. I think they've played 8. All that's left in the SEC to play their bowl game, LSU, Mississippi State, and Georgia. 11 teams made it into a bowl game. 11. Two of those have not played yet. One of those is about to play their second. And only 3 teams have won. I was watching the Iowa-Kentucky game. That was a waste of my time. Kentucky got shut out in a bowl game against Iowa. They got shut out in a bowl game. I don't think I can ever recall a time that there's ever been a shutout in a bowl game. I definitely can't recall a time when an SEC team got shut out in a bowl game. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a crazy season. And for 2022 to end the way it did last night with a last-second missed field goal, literally last second, I was trying to get my stuff ready for the ball drop. And as that clock ticked 0, oh my goodness, the kick was missed at the last possible second. Last possible second. That field goal went wide left. I looked at my wife and I said, "Hold on, baby, I'm trying. Hold on." And she said, "Hurry, you're going to miss it." And I was like, "I know I'm going to miss it." And she, Lord have mercy. I missed the ball drop by a couple seconds, but that's okay. That's okay. I couldn't even get the bottle of sparkling cider open. Couldn't even open the bottle of cider because I was freaking out. I was nervous. My hands were all shaking. My anxieties were high. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, I never in my life would have thought that I would ever pull for the Georgia Bulldogs as hard as I did yesterday. The SEC East won the national championship last year with these Georgia Bulldogs. Well, not these Georgia Bulldogs, that's for sure. And I'm pulling for the SEC East again just because it's the SEC and it's the East. But December 30th was a glorious day in old Rocky Top, where we won the orangest Orange Bowl that I've ever seen. Woo, good old Rocky Top. Home sweet home to me. And the Georgia Bulldogs will be playing against the TCU Horned Frogs for the 2022-2023 National Championship on January 9th. Hopefully that game delivers just like the semifinals did. Yeah, buddy. Have a great day, everybody.